continue to learn. So this is something about I'm talking today also to see how we can develop organizations, how we can lead organizations to success, how to communicate strategies, and what is the role of the PMO in all this game. Yeah, because the PMO is, from my point of view, a very important factor for success, to communicate strategy and to go the extra mile to success. Yeah. So let us wait for a couple of minutes more, and then we can start into my slides and sharing my experience from over 30 years now. Oh, wow. Wow, how time is running. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. No, fully agree, fully agree. And I'm agree with you that some of us we have a long path behind us, no? But we believe we need to co-create the next one until who knows as much as possible when we can to create and to share with in not only in a professional point of view in our society, because some of us are sharing in some universities. No, I don't want to use the word teaching. It's my point of view. Yes, I'm professor in a lecture in several universities about PMO and beyond. But I don't like to say teaching, because it's like saying people what they have to do. No, I'm sharing my knowledge, no, because we can talk about methodologies, frameworks, methods, governance, types of governance, whatever, academia, no, academics. Think wonderful, wonderful. But when we have the combination with experiences in the real life, it is not only about success. Huh? We made failures as well, and both are wonderful, because in both point of view is the our current state of mind and our current state of being, no, or trying to do it in our lives, no. In my point of view, I've learned much more when I fail than I want to have success. I don't remember pretty good when I have successes, but it's more present to me when I remember the the failures I've made it, mistakes as well, not in both sides. So I'm sharing as a lecturer, as a professor. I'm sharing. I'm not teaching. I don't like to teach anyone. Neither in my family, in my daughter, neither to her. I'm trying to help her to choose the best choices and trying to be the best in every situation. Every day we make decisions. Every day we have to do or to make decisions. And every decision, it have maybe, in fact, have consequences
Yeah, that's
in
right.
the good way,
Yeah,
or maybe in not in the good way.
yeah,
So
yeah.
every time, every day, and every moment. So
That's right.
uh, that's my point of view.
Yeah, I'm also in several universities sharing my knowledge, and that's what I'm always say to the people listening is, there's one thing you can learn it. That's methodology. Methodology is something you can read a book and you can learn it. But to go the extra mile, you need to understand, beside every methodology, what happens there, what can happen, why the methodology is there, where is it, and how we have to work and to use this methodology.
Mhm.
And I think I want now to step into my presentation, what I have to share today, because it's not starting today, what I have to say. It's starting in the past. Many years ago, my father comes from Greece. He was a poor guy from Thessaloniki, and he was
Mhm.
asking himself in the age of 18, 19, how to create the world and how to go forward and what he want to do. So this is a picture from Saloniki. So in fact, he was asking himself, as a poor guy with no education at this time, where he is in the Maslow pyramid. And he was in the beginning. He was in the psychological needs: food, water, warmth, rest. He really was fighting day to day to survive. So he really needs a strategy or a vision how to overcome all this, and how to to create the world. And his vision was to create a family, to find a way to get a home. And uh, one way it was, with this vision, to move to Belgium to find a work as a miner. And after accident in this mining adventure, he moved to Germany, found a woman, and get married. And that was the time that he moved from the master pyramid to the next level, because he survived, he got married, he started in this next step to ask himself, do you like your work where you are now? And he realized that, well, I have now some children, I have a home, I came from Greece, but what are the next steps? What can I do? And I can remember this time I had a lot of conversations with my father, and he was always listening and guiding me from his experiences, how to develop my life and how to set objectives, how to think about visions. We was talking all the time about visions. He was asking me, hey, what do you want to be in 30 years? And my goodness, I was 7 years old or 8 or 9 or 10, and he was asking me, what is your vision for the future? And then he was asking me, yeah, now we have a vision, but how do you want to achieve this vision? I mean, my father was asking me, what is your plan? What are the tasks? What are the steps you want to do? And he was always telling me, first of all, if you have a vision and goals, you have to ask yourself, where are you now? What is your current situation? Where do you want to go? And what do you need to learn to go this path, to achieve your vision, to achieve the goals? So where I am, what do I have to learn? And there we are again. What do I have to learn? I can tell you, every 5 years, every 2 years, I'm asking myself, oh, what I have to learn for my next step? Because you never stop to learn in your whole lifetime. So setting this vision is not only for the business very important, it's also for personal development. So you have to realize that this methodology is not only something on a book, on a paper, something that some people tell you have to learn it. You have to realize it. It has to be in your blood, in your DNA. You have to see that if you have a vision, if you know what you want to be in 5 years or in 10 years, then you have control over your life. And if you have control over your life and you're realizing that this is a good methodology for your life, why it's not a good methodology for your business? And here we're coming back to Deming, yeah, to the Deming cycle. It's everybody's talking about the Deming cycle. Everybody's saying, "Oh, Deming, cool here," and you have to plan and you have to do, to check and to act. Yes, it's life. Yeah, you have to make a plan. You have to do it, to check if it's okay. You have to adjust it. That's the acting. Yeah, and then you have to replan. And the propose is that you have an initial plan. And if you have an initial plan, then you can move forward. If you don't have a plan, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have an objective, then you cannot use Deming because you're lost in space. And that's the thing that brings us to trust. Because if you have realized for yourself where you want to go and you have trust in yourself, and trust is key to achieve objectives. You have to trust in what you do. You have to trust in the people around you. And you have to develop a culture, because culture is the lock and the key. You can open the lock. You need a culture around you of trust, and you need a culture of developing and a culture of using standards, not because you have to use them, but because you're using them to be successful. So develop this idea, think about it, and then you're coming back to the point to say, okay, culture is feedback and coaching. And that was the point what was my father was doing with me. I'm going back to this picture. This was coaching and development. Coaching and development. And here we go. Listen and guide. Coaching and development. And if I'm going back to this in your team, then do it every week. Do it every time you can with your team. And I can remember in my first assignment as a team lead with 11 people, I established first at all regular team meetings. I developed team goals to support the department, unit, and company objectives to achieve the company's strategy and to bring the benefits for the company. So I established regular one-on-one meetings with my employees, and we developed individual goals to support personal growth, visions, and company's medium long-term objectives, because we need to develop our teams in the way that we can achieve companies' medium and long-term objectives. And if you have this dialogue with your team and you are realizing you have 10 or 11 people and we are all different, and that's our strength, because with different characters, with different skills, with different visions for their own future, you can help them to be successful on the personal way. And if you help them to be successful in the personal way, and you can help the company to be successful with their skills, then you win double, because you have very high motivated team members and you have achieved your company goals. And that was the reason why the company at this time gave me a huge responsibility. So I got 165 FTEs. I was responsible for the German operations. And I continued standard approaches, coaching, mentoring, team success. Yes, if you have a success, go and make a party. Just as it is. It's nothing expensive, and it's a good thing. Yeah. Transform the mindset from group to team, building trust and maintain it. Because at the beginning you have a group, a bunch of people. Everybody is wonderful. Everybody has skills. But if you can develop them to a team, they're so strong they can move buildings. And you need this trust that the one can trust the other one. Build the team, company culture through mentoring and coaching, and develop your team leads that they're working with the same mindset and with the same culture. So that's why culture is so important. Yeah, you have to live the culture, to live the mindset, and to show them how to work. And if you have established the standards, well, then claim it every day. With every work, everybody is showing you. Claim the standards, even if it's only an email. It has to be clear. It has to be smart. It has to be exceptional every time. Yes, you can call me a 100% fanatic, yeah. But I have to show everybody you have to be perfect and use whatever you have learned. You have to make a task list, make it good, make it better than good. You have to make a project plan. Where is your critical path? Ask them. If they cannot answer you what is the critical path or where is the critical path, then they have some gaps in the knowledge. Then you are realizing, okay, we have to develop some more skills here. And if you're working on this way, and that was my way, and that's why we are here. We are sharing experiences. I got then the responsibility for the whole Europe operation with 430 people. And then it is more important to have change agents. The change agents are the game changer. Communication is the fool of success. So I developed my PMO in the way that I told them, okay, guys, you are the methodology specialists. You are the change agents. You are the game changer. You are important for the whole success of the operations. So we have to see how to increase the intellectual capital of our operations, of our human resources. We need to increase our personal and professional networking beyond distance and culture. Because now we're not talking anymore about the local country culture or city culture. We are talking about complete different cultural environments and subcultures in different countries with different, sometimes different understandings about what it means to hold a timeline, or what it means to write minutes, or what it means to be on the right time, on the right place. So you have to develop the team on these differences between the different cultures, and to strengthen the team to personal development and team development. And if you have this, as PMO, you can generate benefits behind of any borders, yeah, within every culture in Europe, yeah, and follow the strategy, yeah, to support operations to achieve strategic objectives. So we are using standards as a vehicle, as a fuel, um, to go to the next step and to follow the objectives. At the end, I was responsible for over 930 people around the world with subsidiaries in North America, South America, in African continent, in Asia, in Australia, everywhere. And I followed the same methodology, yeah, and that has bring us to a profit increase from 3% to 25%. Not because we did something substantial different in the operations, but because we followed the strategy, we followed standards, we developed the cooperation, we developed the communication. Yeah, the employee satisfaction was +8 points. And with this employee satisfaction was rising up, our profit was rising up. Because if you have happy employees, I can tell you, then this is something that the customers, they're feeling it. They feel this better way of working together. And then you can stay relevant. You can get a company-wide recognition. They are looking at you. You know everything. You know what the strategy is. Wow, you can communicate the strategy. Wow, you're moving things. You're achieving objectives. The customer satisfaction is going up to 12%. With this stay relevant, you are successful. And as PMO, you are the network. You are the network. You don't have to build a network because you are the network. You are on every layer in the company because you are making the projects. You have the contacts. You have to have contact to your colleagues, to the co-workers, to the employees, to the management team, to the peers, to external partners, and to customers. Hell, you are the change agent for the whole company to move things. If you want something different in the company, you need a strong PMO, a strong organization that is motivated to change and to learn and to change and to fall down and to grow up and to move on. Passion is one very important thing. You need to have this passion to lead and to bring us where you are. Vision and mission. In many books, we are reading about how to create visions, how to break it down to missions and to make a strategy, tasks, programs, portfolios, projects, etc. Key for this to be successful is that the whole organization can really share experience and have the authorization and can empower others. So the board of managers has to have a very clear understanding what they want to achieve, not only to say, well, I want to have 20% more money. Everybody wants to have 20% more money. Everybody. But the question is, how do you want to go there to get this 20% more money? So you have to set clear goals for every department. You must to promote the discovery, to listen actively to the feedback of the organization, listen to the organization, set parameters, draw out the consequences. If you are taking decision, it has always consequences. We was talking about this in the beginning of the session. If you're taking decisions, you have consequences. And now, what is the role of our wonderful PMO? To be honest, it's the backbone of all this, because the PMO has direct access to the board of managers. So the PMO is helping the board of managers how to write a clear scope statement or clear vision or clear objectives. The PMO has also contact to the managers. So they have to transport the ideas and the mindset from the board of managers to all management layers. And the PMO has really access to the employees, because if you're managing a project, or if you're helping local projects to be successful, or if you are helping to make a business case, or if you're helping to start new projects, or if you're helping to make status reports, you have always access to different layers in the company. And that's the point where you can influence them in the way to achieve the benefits for the company and achieve the strategy for the company. So the PMO are the real backbone of a company. And you can, on these different layers you are trusted, you're working with, you can ask questions. You can ask the questions why we are doing this. And you're not asking the question because you don't know it, but because you want to know how others are thinking about it. And with this methodology of asking questions, you can really give the answers or help the people to find the answers by discussing the questions. For whom we are doing this? Some people are saying, oh, well, we're doing this only for the next car of the boss. No, we are doing this for our happy customers, because our happy customers are paying our salary. And for whom we are doing this? By the end of the day, for the customer stakeholders and for ourselves. If we are doing everyone from us a good job, then the customers are happy, our stakeholders are happy, and we can grow. And we can grow together with our company. And then we can ask around us, well, against which criteria will the result be measured? We have to help all the layers, from the management board, the manager, and the employees, to define criteria of success. The criteria of success that led us really to the direction of the strategy, to the direction of the benefits we want to create for the company, and maybe for the change of the company. And what are the end results? Why are we doing all this? Sometimes we're working in a small project somewhere in the middle of nowhere. We're asking ourselves, oh, well, why we are doing this? We're working here now a half year. And you're thinking, well, it's, I don't care. Maybe in 2 or 3 weeks or 3 months, I will be ready with it. And the job of the PMO is, with this question, why we are doing this, to explain this poor guy, who nobody else explained him, to explain him, you are a very important part of the machinery. Only if your outcome will be there on time in the quality we defined, only then the whole machinery will work. And if you can bring every one of these little projects in this context, then it makes sense for every employee in the company to go the extra mile, and then we can achieve our strategic objectives. So you can see the PMO is not only creating a monthly report or writing a project plan, know how to make a critical path, know how to make a change request, or how to make a risk assessment. It is more, much more. It is the backbone of the success of the whole company and the operations, because you are talking with everybody. You are in every layer. Yeah, you are here in every layer, and you can influence everybody. So that's why you are a change agent. You can explain why we are doing this. You can explain all these questions. And that's why We need the right goals for the right reasons. We need to know what goals do we have, what do we want to achieve, and to develop these goals. So financial goals, team goals, personal goals. And because the PMO is institution, they're doing this all the time. They are the specialists. They're real specialists. You're working all the day with budgets, with financial analysis, team goals, team meetings, personal goals, tasks from single persons. And here we go. We need these goals to be written clearly down. We need short-term objectives, mid-term objectives, and we need the long-term objectives for individuals, teams, for the enterprise. We need to align them. And now very basic, I know it's annoying, very basic. It has to be smart. And I want to tell you something from a very interesting case from my last few months. I'm helping a customer to be successful. And he asked me to have a look at a very huge program, a multi-million program over 300 million. And after a couple of weeks, I came back to the stakeholder, hired me, and I told him, well, you know, one of the main problems you have is the objectives are not clearly defined. It was not written down clearly what to want to achieve with this. And it was not aligned with the different business owners in your company. And he was shocked because he thought it was clear. It was clear that he wanted to have it was an IT project, a new service in the whole European organization he has. But it was not aligned who will be the responsible for the service, how much the service can cost, what is supporting the service, with strategic initiative is the service supporting, is the service supporting financial goals, what is the service supporting, why we are implementing the service. And that's why it was a mess. So, and that's why I'm coming back always to this very simple thing. If you are writing down objectives, or if you're writing down a risk, or if you're writing down a statement, it had always to be smart, so specific. Everybody has to understand it, measurable. You have really to be able to measure it and to say when you are successful and when not. Achievable, yeah. And you have to define the time, and you have to understand why you are doing this. And this is a very basics, I know. And you are asking yourself why we are talking about basic, because basics are, from my point of view, the things you need to know and you need to master, and then you can go to more complex things. If you cannot master basics, you will fail in complex environments. And if I'm looking here to our human resources, you need to have a clear role descriptions, and developments lead to success of the strategy. So if you are looking to your people and you're asking, what is my role in the group? What encouraged me? So what is the drivers, what I'm doing? And then you can go to the next step. What is my role within the team? How can I help my team? How can I work on relations and good atmosphere? And you can see these points bring bring us to very people skills and team skills to bring the right people together and to develop their skills. How can I develop myself to help my company and grow together? Do I master the basics of clear communication, smart descriptions, and objectives? From the employee up to the executive management. Where I want to be in 5 years according to company's vision. From who did I expect appreciation? If the vision of the company is that we want to change the whole company, if you want to make a change management project, and in 5 years the company will have total different approach how to make the money and how to be successful, then you have to think about yourself, in which position, how you can help the company to achieve this vision, and what is your position in 5 years, what do you want to do, and to be part of this success, of this party, of this wonderful journey to a different way of living and working. And you have to ask yourself, you have to understand the vision and the strategy. And you have to ask yourself if you are happy. If you are happy. And upgrade and develop yourself to increase value for the company and meet the benefits of the trusted projects. Because somebody is trusting you a project. You're not getting a project because you're the only one who's left. Sometimes you feel like this. Yes, I had the same feelings sometimes in my personal and my professional life. But the truth is, somebody trusts you. He trusts you that you can do. You can be successful. And you can be the one who will bring the project to success, whatever project it is. So ask yourself, how can you upgrade yourself to achieve all this? They're trusting you. Can you ensure company growth and success through PMO? Well, if you have a clear vision, mission, strategy, goals as a company, then yes. Who can help you to have this clear vision? Standards. Who are the one who is master in standards and methodology? The PMO. The PMO has to be the one. Yeah. Break down company's goals to every single team member. Explain him why he and his work is important. Yes, again, this is for sure something that the team lead has to do, but you can support him in your PMO role because you're in every layer. Educate all management layers. Explain them why the work is important. Yes. Build a mindset and culture of trust and the passion to get through development. Long life learner. Yes. Support the vision, the culture by set personal goals on every management layer for employees' development. Yes. You have to develop all the employees, by the way, to support changes, to be change agents, to follow the company strategy, the objectives, and to achieve the long-term vision. And you need to develop the employees in this way that they will not only think about the now, they have to know that what they are doing now pays in the future. They're a very important part of the whole machinery. Yes, the PMO can do. And we have to realize that you don't need the best specialists. We need the team. We need the employees which fit into the culture and have the passion to grow and the willingness to change and to be lifelong learners. So it is a question of of culture, mindset, skills, communication, and the PMO, because the PMO is in every layer of the company, is the one who can transport this and can be the success agent, the change agent. The PMO is specialist for standards, negotiate clear objectives for all stakeholders, communicating these objectives to all stakeholders, is the oil in the engine so that the whole machinery is working. And the PMO reminds us that standards are key, human are key. PMO managers are not managers, they are team builder. And they are showing us the right direction and motivate every day to give 100% for our common vision. And the common vision is to deliver the promised results, the benefits of the company that support the overall strategy. And this is what I wanted to transport today to you around that you have to understand better than everybody else what is the strategy of the company. You have to transport this to every single employee, and then you can really help everybody with your methodology specialists knowledge that you have. And if it is risk management, change, quality management, stakeholder management, whatever, yeah, you are the one that can help other people to be successful, to make a budget planning, budget control, etc. And that's how you can ensure company growth and success through PMO, with your skills and with your network. And the question is if there is any questions. Leo, is there the possibility for questions? We are not a very huge audience. Maybe we can open the.
Yeah, well, we open first of all, we want to say thank you, Sudarsana. I hope that I said well, and Caviso, Veronica. Thank you very much for joining us right now live. I'm most welcome. No, first of all, most welcome. Greetings from Barcelona and greetings from Munich.
I'm
Angelos?
currently today I'm in Munich and Friday I'm at Athens again.
Okay, so greetings both. So if there is any questions about this presentation, thank you very much, Angelos. I was I love to hear you again, and anytime I'm learning from you, because when you are sharing your experiences, it's not very easy what you have done, no? When you have to manage or you have to work in international environment with several peoples, countries. This is the, I'm full agree. The culture is people, and is into organizations, obviously, because we are talking about PMO and beyond. But when we are working with several teams in remote work presence, remote, but in different locations around the globe, it's a challenge, but it's wonderful as well, because it's the own culture of these people, because it's very different when you are working in Europe than Latin America and than Africa or Asia. No, it's completely different, and is strange or not. In Europe, it's very different to work in Germany versus Spain versus France, and in Latin America, it's very different when you're working with people from Mexico and Argentina or Brazil. No, the language in common in Latin America is Spanish. Okay, it works a lot of, but at the same time, we need to talk a common language. In this case, about project management, no, a dictionary, a project management office dictionary, when we are managing any kind of certification, framework, method, whatever. So these kind of things, it help us to work all together into this only common language, no?
Yeah.
Because when we are speaking in other languages, English, it's the same thing. This is my opinion. So wonderful experiences, Angelos, really. Um,
Yes.
by the chat, is saying thank you. Kagiso, Sudar Sahana. This certification is mandatory or not, like PMP or another. No? What do you think?
Yeah. Um, it was. I want to go back to one of my slides to answer this question, because it's a very, 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 very good question. Yeah. Sometimes you're making a certification for different reasons, because you want to get a job and they're asking for a certain certification. Sometimes you want the certification because it brings you a better position to get a rise of your salary. And if I'm looking here at this slide, at my organization around the globe, that certification had a total different reason for me, why I was asking the employees to get a certification. I wanted to have the same language and the same understanding for the same word. Because if you're coming from Prince, for example, or you're coming from IPMA or from PMI, the terminus risk assessment could be a very difficult point of discussions for a week. What you're meaning with risk assessment. But if you have a team, everybody is according to PMI or Prince 2 or IPMA. I don't prefer any specific. I just saying they have to be more or less the same, and they have to understand each other if they're talking on the professional way, because you have the layer of the professional way how to cooperate, and you have the personal way. The personal way is very influenced by your local culture, and you can concentrate, if you have an international organization, on the professional methodology, and to say, okay, first of all, we have to have the same methodology. We have to understand what we are meaning if we are talking together. And then in the second step, we can have a look deeper on the local cultures. And I was jumped into this picture because, for example, in the US, if you have here's an employee and here an employee, they have different cultures, even if they're in one country. Or if you have here in Brazil, and in the north of Brazil or in the south of Brazil, somebody, it's different culture, it's not the same. Or if you have here in Russia, in the east or in the west, people, they have different cultures. So you have to find something common. And my answer is that a certification is very important, to have the same language, to understand how your co-workers are working. And if you have a certification, for example, in Prince 2, and then you are moving to a new company and there is common to have a PMA certification, then I recommend to get, in addition to your Prince 2, a PMA certification, so yeah, you can understand better your co-workers. So yes, definitely, for every good reason you can imagine, get an certification. Sorry for my long answer.
Yeah, it's related that we were comments a few minutes ago that we can use basic or governance dictionary for everyone around the world in our company in the first place. And later, if you are looking for another job or you are looking for another better role, you have more information and more knowledge when you are talking with the sponsor or your probably your leader or the people who are going to work with them, that you are now managing the current concepts for project and or product management. My point of view, remember that when we are talking about PMO and beyond, PMP or PMI is only one from several, and Prince
Yes.
2 is another one. There is, I wrote an article, it's still in I think, it's in Spanish, but I think it's translated in English from another guy. But my point is, we discover more than 50, more than 50 project management certifications by one hand. By the other hand, more than 20 for product management. When I'm talking about product management, I'm talking about framework, agile frameworks or similar,
Yes.
Scrum, Lean, whatever. So imagine, imagine how many training courses are, because it's in the market. So the most important, I'm full agree with Angela, says, take one, take the best, and try to implement the best aligned with their culture, the culture of the organization into the project management best practices. Because depending of the organization, the industry, or the size, maybe you cannot apply completely the PMP, no, because there are so many area of knowledge, and maybe it's in a startup. Who knows?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
depending.
Yes, it's depending. And I know, for example, a very huge organization that have over 180,000 employees, this organization. And they decided 5 years ago to make a change how they're working. And 5 years ago, they was working with waterfall methodologies, so PMI, Prince 2, whatever. And then they decide to change not only how they're making project, but how they're making the daily work. They implemented Kanban for operations. They implemented SAFe for project management methodology. So that they're completely in an agile organization now. They changed even the names of the managers and the roles to tribe leads, etc. And if you want now to apply to this company, even if you have a PMP or a CAPM or whatever else certification you can imagine, they're only taking people, they're holding the certification, how the company is now running. So it is a very, very interesting thing to look around and to decide in which company I want to move in. What is my, and then here we are again, what is my vision for the future? And some slides before I was asking where I am and how I have to develop myself to get to the next stage. Here, where I am, what do I have to learn? So if you deciding to go to a huge company because the salaries are good or it's secure or it's around the corner of your house, there's several different reasons why you want to go there. You have to inform yourself how they're working, what is the culture there, and then you have to, to decide for yourself what certification you need to first of all, again Maslow, to survive in the company, and then to get appreciation and to move step by step higher in the Maslow pyramid, because the Maslow pyramid is the same thing. You're going into a new company, and you need the safety that you get relationship, friends, security after a couple of months that you're staying there. They want to have you want to get prestige, feeling accomplishment. This is not only for your personal development, it's every time you have a change in your life, you're starting again and again in the Maslow pyramid. Yeah. So to make a point to this question, look very carefully what's around you. And I read South Africa, for example. I had a team in South Africa in the past, and there was many times in South Africa. So greetings to this wonderful part of the world. And PMP is a very good certification for your region. Yeah, I can tell you it's a good choice. Yeah.
Any well, yeah, I'm agree with Angelos. The PMP is a wonderful certification. Ouch! So, yes, in the current times that everything is so fast. Um, when I'm sharing in the college, in the several masters project management, people ask me about it. Well, in the others, no, that with which kind of PMO is one step. No, one more step. No, not only project management, no, PMO training courses or similar, but at the same time about project management or product management, no? Well, project waterfall, product agile. I'm answering very honest with a single title, with a single couple of lines. Anything you want to study, including everything Angelos have mentioned, is closer with your path path and vision in your professional path, Maslow pyramid, or any other things that you have on mind. For me, take on count your return of investment. If you are going to you are going to put money in any kind of training courses, whatever, you need to take on count the money you are going to pay and how long time you are going to return of investment. Not only about money. If you are thinking to get another job, how long time do you think is going to take to have a new job? Or maybe you don't have it. You haven't. You need it. Take this on count. So why? Because many people ask me by LinkedIn and messages, whatever, which is the best, an MBA or similar versus PMP? If you have, and PMP is not easy, huh? Remember, you need to take several months for studying and later to present the exam. Huh? It's not very easy. So if you have all this time for PMP, this is several times. If you have more time for MBA or another master, similar, and you have the time and money, fantastic. But right now, the current times are very, 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 very fast. We are in a global transition around the globe, emerging new technologies, emerging new markets. We need to put in focus in the customer centric. We are in digital times. Move very variables into the formula. Take everything on count. And when I'm sharing this, the return of investment. If you're going to put money and you have the time, think in this slide, in your vision, goals and vision, when you are going to return of investment.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak here and to share my knowledge. So guys, if you have some further questions, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm there, and I'm happy to answer questions, and I'm happy to share my experience with the whole community, as I'm doing this also in universities and other opportunities I have. Thank you very much, Leo, again for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you very much. Now it's time to go from Barcelona, Spain, from PMOfficers. global community, we want to say thank you very much, Angelos, for coming again, for sharing everything you have. It's so wonderful to listen to you again, that you are health, and you are present with us. Hoping to see you very, very soon in another initiative. Thank you, Green from Barcelona. Thank you very much. On behalf of
Thank
the
you.
PMO Globals, PMOfficers, global
Thank you
community.
very much.